I want to know from you guys, because this is about being able to educate people and equip them to be able to become your advocates. We have 120 people in the room today, which is amazing. And so that means we have 120 advocates that can go out there and start talking about this with our networks of people, our friends, our families. So, you know, how do you want us to treat people with invisible disabilities? Like, how do we support? What are your suggestions? Where do we start?
I'll quickly just say something. I think for myself, and this is something I've tried to, you know, instill my whole life, is that we are people first and foremost that just require a little bit more accommodations to our day-to-day life, like you mentioned, and we don't show ourselves that kindness sometimes, but it is really important. And I think it's just spreading that awareness and advocating for one another, and just people kind of approaching us with that kindness and trying to understand, not trying to do everything for us, because quite often we don't want that, but just coming from a place of understanding, or trying, I know this comes from the goodness of people's hearts, to sometimes be like, oh, but you don't look disabled, you don't look sick, oh, you cancelled on me last week, why you're always cancelling, like, just be better. And I think that obviously doesn't make us feel any better. So I think it's just coming to us in a place of understanding and being like, okay, I've noticed you've been feeling a little bit run down lately. How can I help? Can I do something that you would like me to do? And just trying to offer some advice so that they can understand what we are living with. And then I think once that conversation starts to flow, and, you know, obviously like having us here today, speaking and bringing to light what invisible disabilities are, it already starts that conversation.
Probably the biggest thing for me is just, you can absolutely ask me questions.
Be curious, right?
Be curious, yeah.
Don't assume, ask.
Yeah, don't assume. Once you know, you can assume and go, oh, Stacey must be having a manic night, that's why she's emailing me at 2:00 last night. Because it does. When Cass mentioned that before, both Katrina from MISA and Jerry from YDF here have both gone, yeah, we've got emails from Stacey at 2:00 in the morning. And I have like an email signature that says, I'm sending emails because it's a convenient time for me. Please write back in your own time. In the brackets, it really should say, I'm doing this because this is the best time for me to actually function. I function at nighttime better. Yeah. But it's more of that, you can ask questions, I'm more than happy to talk about it. There's not a lot that I will hold back for the purpose of getting more visibility and awareness now. But also, when I hate if this sounds a little bit harsh, but you don't have to get it. You don't have to have experienced it yourself. All I'm asking is that you accept it. If I say, I'm really tired, I can't do that event that week, I'm already booked 2 other days, I can't make it. That's it. I just need you to accept it and go, cool, I'll let you know the next time I've got the opportunity. Then when you do have someone, and for me with the fibromyalgia and the chronic pain, if you've known me well enough, you can tell when I'm having a really rough day. When you can see that that's happening, that's your moment to go, okay, yeah, this is a rough day, and we're going to be gentle with Stacey right now, and we're going to let her join the conversation when she wants to.
Yeah, I think on those points of, Lockie, like you said, you know, you look fine, you look great. You cancelled on me last week, but you made it the week before. What's going on with that? I think the way we've all traditionally understood illness is that you have a starting point and you progress in a linear fashion towards good health. You know, you're sick and you get treated, and over time you're better and you're normal and you can do the thing again. But the experience of people with invisible disabilities and chronic health issues is often that it'll be up and down with no rhyme or reason, little way to predict how you're going to be the next day or the next week or the next month. And understanding that, yeah, maybe I could have done a full day of work yesterday, but tomorrow I'm going to be in bed all day. And the day after that, I might be halfway better. And after that, who knows where I'm going to be. So the people around us and you yourselves interacting with people with invisible disabilities, having that understanding that it's not a linear progression towards good health. You're always going to have a different capacity on a different day. And this goes for everyone, you know. We all have different capacities on different days. And being able to work to that capacity with empathy and understanding is invaluable in us ourselves being able to have that self-worth and comfort that we can do different amounts on different days, and that doesn't make us any less.
There's a very good chance that your ADHD and my ADHD aren't the same. And we have moments, sometimes Samara and I have moments where we're like, hey, we synced. But it's not going to necessarily represent exactly the same for every single person. Every single person with CP is not going to have it specifically on their left-hand side that affects their walking. Everyone's own illness is going to represent different for them.
The only other thing I would add is I hope people don't let their own discomfort and that's stop them beginning conversations, and also recognising the commonality between all people regardless of the presence of a visible, invisible or the absence of disability. Essentially, we all have the same hopes to be loved and cared for, the desire for connection, the desire to do something meaningful in our lives. And if we approach every person with a hope and a belief that, you know, I'm just going to learn a little bit about you, if that's helpful, that can be helpful for anyone.
Oh, so well said. Amazing. Yeah, round of applause for that.